This is CBS 6 This Morning Weekend.
From the support already, we see how many people actually love Shannon and how Shannon made a big part.
The owners and co-workers and clients of one Chesterfield County diner at a loss for words. We're going to share how a fundraiser, though, is honoring the passing of a hardworking employee who did nothing but serve up smiles. Wait till you see that story. It is 7 o'clock on this Sunday, March 2nd. Thanks so much for joining us. And Mike, remember last week I was emceeing the Pet Expo at Henrico Humane Society. It's a big, big fundraiser. Got some updated numbers now. They raised $80,000.
Wow, so that's up like 10 from last weekend. Right?
Exactly. They adopted out 8 dogs and close to 2,500 people attended that. So
awesome.
Big 25 anniversary is coming up next year. But Mike, as I was leaving, I grabbed one of the brochures, right?
Yeah.
This is Pet Expo. And I've got to say, I think we might have made it. we may have finally made it. Okay. On like page 2, would you look at this? I was floored.
Wow, look at that.
Wow.
They look almost human. Look at the amount of Photoshop work that was done there.
Yeah, a lot of makeup on that thing. I think they were taking those pictures in like 2010, weren't they? And it's the centerfold. It's not the first time Mike's been in a centerfold.
Is it technically a centerfold when it's on page 2 or 4? Because I thought the centerfold had to be in the middle, but supposedly. So from what I've heard.
We paid big money to be in that, didn't we?
We did. So happy to be a part of that, and great that they raised so much money. Well, we're not going to raise much in terms of temperatures today. Yesterday we hit a high in the low 70s. Today we're only going to be in the 40s. However, this morning we have temperatures in the 20s right now, but that only tells part of the story. When you factor in the wind that's outside, we have some wind chills that are pretty chilly. In fact, the temperatures have dropped at least 15 to 25 degrees, and the breeze is producing a wind chill or feels like temp of 13 right now in Richmond and Louisa, so almost effectively to your body a 60-degree temperature drop since yesterday afternoon. We're going to see a lot of sunshine today, and we'll have high temperatures in the low and mid 40s. A little bit breezy for the next few hours, and the winds will die down a little bit as the day wears on. A high today of 45 degrees, and to our south and west it's a little bit warmer, 54 in Memphis, and southwest of that it's even warmer still, and that warm air is going to move in during the week ahead. However, Wednesday may be a day where we have severe thunderstorms. We'll chat about that coming up shortly. Greg?
Michael, thanks. People from across Virginia Beach and beyond gather at Rock Church Saturday for the joint celebrations of life for officers Cameron Gervin and Christopher Reese, who were killed in the line of duty last weekend. Our Scripps News affiliate WTKR's Jay Green shares the story.
Well, there were signs of unity all Saturday afternoon as hundreds of law enforcement officers came all across the Commonwealth to Virginia Beach to honor the lives of officers Cameron Gervin and Christopher Reese, who died in the line of duty about a week ago. Here's video of what we were seeing all Saturday afternoon, an absolute sea of law enforcement. Everywhere you looked, there was a color guard or an honor guard, representation from all over the Commonwealth and beyond, as far as Delaware, Pennsylvania, Maryland, even New York. We also saw Governor Glenn Youngkin briefly as well. There were certainly moments where I started feeling myself well up inside, especially when you're hearing some of the music being played outside as the bodies of those officers were being brought into the hearses. And as someone who comes from a family that has connection to law enforcement, even as a reporter, it certainly tugs at your heart even more. One of those special moments included a flyover from the U.S. Navy. We saw that formation shortly before the start of the funeral Saturday afternoon. We actually had a chance to talk to the person from the Navy who planned that event.
Today we're here to basically show our unity to our community. We're community neighbors, and we want to give honor and show respect.
Yeah, unity in our community in so many ways. Saturday afternoon, you saw so many agencies out here coming together, and really all of Hampton Roads coming out in full force to honor 2 men right from our community. In Virginia Beach, I'm Jay Green, WTKR News 3.
A popular Midlothian diner is grieving the sudden loss of one of their young employees. CBS 6's Maggie Marshall shares how they are honoring her life and raising money for her newborn.
Smiles from servers and the smell of sausage and eggs. But what you wouldn't know from the bustling breakfast joint is their staff is currently coping with immense grief.
It's just so hard to lose somebody, and being so young that you had around almost 4, 5, 6 days a week sometimes.
Owner Victor Roustis says his longtime employee, 27-year-old Shannon Bennett, unexpectedly lost her life.
Just a tough loss, tough loss. In this restaurant here, we're all a family.
Roustis says the loss is hitting the team even harder because she was in her final trimester of her first pregnancy. Doctors were able to save her baby.
She was so happy. She was so happy to be a mom. I mean, she was so excited.
The staff are now trying to provide some help for her new daughter and family. They designed a fundraiser called Grill and Give, where the community can come get burgers and make a donation.
Definitely, she was a family member. She was at all our functions, trying to raise money for Shannon's family, her partner, and her daughter that she left behind, and just to give them some monetary funds to get them through whatever they need.
A vigil will follow the fundraiser in the diner's parking lot as a chance for anyone to come share memories.
From the support already, we see how many people actually love Shannon and how Shannon made a big part in this restaurant.
While breakfast is still being served, a piece of home is still missing for many. They hope helping Bennett's family will allow them to begin the process of healing.
It's so hard to lose somebody that's been so close and an invaluable person to this company, whether you can come through and eat yourself a good cheeseburger or just come through for support. Any support can help Shannon and her family and the loved one she left behind.
In Midlothian, Maggie Marshall, CBS 6 News.
That fundraiser happening today from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Brick House Diner Midlothian location. You can also donate to her family through a link that we have on our website, WTVR.com. 7:06 right now as we approach the final opening day at the Diamond. Fans of the Richmond Flying Squirrels were able to spend time with their favorite team a little bit early. Saturday marked the return of Nutsy's block party at the Diamond. Party was there in full force. The free event celebrated the selling of single game tickets for the upcoming season, filled with vendors and fire truck rides and a mascot autograph session. They were getting down in between signing autographs. Fans also had the chance to be placed on a season ticket membership wait list for 2026 at the new baseball field at Carmax Park.
I feel like events like this, it really does bring together the local businesses with the people going to the games and all that. So I would say definitely, yeah, thanks to the Squirrels for, and for their hospitality.
Opening day this year is set for Friday, April 4th, just around the corner. It's official. Virginia Smith, the spunky 99-year-old that we introduced you to earlier this week, celebrates her 100th birthday. She was part of a first graduating class of Maggie L. Walker High School in Richmond and spoke with CBS 6's Joy Foltz, reflecting on her life and looking forward to making new memories in her 100th year. The matriarch spent her special day laughing alongside dozens of family and friends at a big birthday party. These are just some of the moments from her celebration where Miss Smith enjoyed good food and great company, and we would love to say happy birthday to you. And Mike, we have been discussing all morning long about your role here at CBS 6 of being the matriarch. I think it's something that you should embrace.
First of all, how dare you? But you know what? We have to welcome her to the 100 Club.
Exactly.
You know?
Not the only centenarian out there.
That's true.
A little work done?
A little bit. just a little bit.
Are you going to lift our spirits?
Well, if you like colder weather, sure. Yesterday we hit a high of 71. This morning we have wind chills in the teens. Ooh. We are going to warm back up into the 60s this week. We'll talk about that after the break.
All right, Mike, thanks so much for that update. Would you look at this beautiful shot of the Space Needle up there in Seattle, Washington? 50 degrees up there. Wow. Okay. Mike's forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Stay tuned. It's 7-Eleven right now. Some hikers in Switzerland able to take advantage of some freezing weather to get a rare glimpse of stunning ice caves. Check this out. These short-lived ice caves appeared on a Montserrat glacier in eastern Switzerland.
Yeah, large amount of water that melts from the glacier carves out the tunnels as it surges out under the ice. The caves are made even bigger by warm air currents flowing into the gap. Tourists say walking through the cave is like walking into a different world.
Well, it feels amazing. I feel surpassed. You know, when I walk in, it's like something that is very big compared to me. I feel like I'm a small creature when I'm in this here, and I feel like I'm a part of nature.
Now, what makes this experience so rare is you can walk only through these caves in freezing temperatures, because if it gets too warm, the cave could collapse.
Oh, so you're taking your risk.
Yeah.
You know, that is where they filmed Empire Strikes Back from Star Wars.
Really?
No.
You know, if you look up gullible in the dictionary, it's misspelled. Let's take a look outside now. It is nice and sunny, and it is significantly colder than it was yesterday. Current temperature at the airport's 24 degrees. Winds are out of the north at 12, making it feel more like 13. So that's current wind chill in Richmond. And yesterday, these were the high temperatures. We got well into the 60s, and a lot of central Virginia touch or broke 70 degrees. So now it feels more like about 10 to 15 degrees across Richmond. So you can see a significant drop since yesterday. So these are the current feels like temps. 13 in Richmond, 13 in Louisa, 17 in West Point. And as we fly on out, you'll be able to see that to our north and west, it continues to be pretty chilly. That cold air is coming right in from those north to northwesterly winds. There's a big area of high pressure off towards the west. That's allowing that wind to come in, and it's transporting in this much colder air mass. In fact, a lot of areas about 15, 20, 25, even 30 degrees colder than this point yesterday. That high pressure is going to build in and give us lots of sunshine, and we have the winds around it flowing in like this. And as the high gets a little bit closer, the winds will start to die down a little bit. So the breeziest part of the day is going to be just the next few hours. Clear sky outside right now. We're going to see a ton of sunshine today, and temperatures this afternoon will make it up into the low and mid 40s. So a lot cooler than yesterday. The winds will die down though, so wind chills this afternoon will be in the upper 30s to around 40 degrees. This evening, temperatures drop down into the 20s, and tomorrow morning we'll have some low and mid 20s with some teens possible in a few spots. Tomorrow though, it warms up a little bit. We'll still be in the low 40s near the coast, upper 40s and low 50s just about everywhere else. A little bit cooler to north and west, mid to upper 40s there. High pressure gives us nice weather today and tomorrow. The clouds increase a little bit on Tuesday, and then a powerful storm system works into the area on Wednesday. We'll have some wind gusts over 40 miles an hour and a good shot for some showers and thunderstorms. In fact, even this far out, we're outlook for the potential for some severe thunderstorms, so we'll keep an eye on that. But going past this, get up close to 70 on Wednesday. After that, it cools off a little bit. The second half of the week will be mid to upper 50s to low 60s. But it's looking like next week, like a week from this Tuesday, we may have multiple days in the 70s. So hopefully that'll make things feel a little bit better dealing with that chill today, tonight, and tomorrow. Good chance of showers and storms on Wednesday. We'll keep you up to date on the severe weather potential the next few days. Greg?
All right, Mike, thanks so much. It's 7:14 right now. Taking the streets of Sicily for a thrilling game of cheese throwing. We're going to show you how teams work together to hurl a wheel of cheese as far as possible and the challenges that come with the game in the 7 o'clock edition of Hey, Watch This. Time for the part 2 edition of Hey, Watch This.
Hey, watch this. Well, in Sicily, a hefty wheel of cheese, no offense, is taking center stage.
Does this coat make me look a little thick?
Makes you look a little cheesy.
In a thrilling centuries-old Sicilian carnival game, teams of 2 or 3 players take turns throwing the cheese wheel as far as possible along a designated path of about 1.2 miles. Using a nearly 10-foot long rope, the goal is to propel the cheese from where it last landed, and the team that throws the cheese that farthest is declared the winner, claiming the cheese itself is the grand prize. The game is believed to have been started in the early 17th century. The unpredictable nature of the game, where the cheese can veer off into the side alley or get stuck in ditches, keeps the excitement levels high. So I guess it's, you know, in the early 17th century, 1600s, not a lot to do.
Well, did you hear the sound of the whistle? Yeah. It's almost like that thing like the Russian plate spinners used to use on the, it's almost a da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's like
Exactly.
You know you could do that with a whistle. Well, we've all been there. The need for something sweet. Chocolate toaster pastry? Well, no, I'll keep this one. A toddler in Oklahoma took it one step further, calling 911 for an emergency about donuts. Listen to the fun exchange between him and the dispatcher.
Hello? Donuts? I want donuts. Are you going to share your donuts?
I'm taking you, Mommy.
You're going to take me to Mommy now?
Hey, Mom, won't. What is this donut? Yes. Go. What is this donut?
Hello?
What is this donut?
Can I talk to Mom?
Give me the bye. What did you say?
Boop, boop. Well, good news for sweet little Bennett. The Moore Police Department took his request very seriously. They delivered a dozen donuts to Bennett's house, sharing the moment on their Facebook page. Bennett and his brother were so excited, and they took pictures with the officers. According to the police department, the toddler used an old cell phone that could still dial 911 in an emergency, but it had no other functional use.
Good, Bennett.
Well, and hopefully Mom and Dad had a conversation about 911 not being for donuts.
You need to call DoorDash, Donut Dash, not 911.
There are other numbers you can call, or you can call me. I always have sweets around somewhere, as you see.
He does.
Well, it was utter chaos in a Las Vegas freeway on Monday.
That's right. Nevada Department of Transportation. Crews helped corral a runaway cow. Look at this guy. The temporary cowboys captured the bovine who was moving a little too close to traffic. The cow had reportedly been seen roaming the area for several days. It's now under the care of animal control and last seen at the blackjack table on the Vegas Strip. We hope.
You know, it would play craps, but, you know, with the hoof, you can't just come on, 7. Normally, you know, cowboys, don't they use horses?
They do.
Not like pickup trucks?
Not in Nevada.
Okay. Well, time now for Pause for Pets. Perhaps a loose bovine? We don't know. Goldie?
Good morning. This is Scooby-Doo, a 1-year-old hound mix adoptable from Richmond Animal Care and Control. He's sweet and goofy, playful and bouncy. He really likes other dogs and would love a playmate. If you'd like to find out more about Scooby-Doo, send an email to christy.hemsworth@rva.gov, or you can stop by the shelter to meet him during open hours Wednesday through Sunday. I'm Mike Goldberg with this morning's Pause for Pets.
Hey, Scotty, we will see you on the news this evening. 7:21 right now. Lots of sunshine outside. Yesterday made it up into the low 70s. This morning we're in the 20s, but it only tells part of the story. It's still breezy outside, so the feels like temps in some areas like Richmond feels like 13 degrees outside. Today we're going up to the low and mid 40s, so still well below normal and significantly colder than yesterday. It's going to be cold again tonight, some teens in 20s, but then we start warming up near 50 tomorrow, some 60s Tuesday. Could get close to 70 Wednesday, but we'll have some showers and potentially some strong to severe thunderstorms. It'll be very windy that day. And behind that, a little bit cooler for the second half of the week. But we're starting to see the signs that maybe middle part of next week, we'll have a string of 70-degree weather. Craig?
We love it, and it's getting closer and closer and closer, Michael.
It's true.
Okay. Well, it has been a passion of his for more than a decade now, and now he's achieved the dream of just about anyone who gets into music. Our Joy Foltz introduces us to a Petersburg producer who says his hard work and personal struggles made the win that much sweeter. $725. He started from humble beginnings, and now he stands on a pedestal with the likes of Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar, and Sabrina Carpenter. Joy Foltz profiles the Petersburg producer who now has a Grammy Award on his shelf.
This is one of my artists named King Kudo.
It won't be no more cold summers every year. I'm going.
He's well, like listening, like being in the studio with me.
At just 14 years old, the Petersburg native Xavier Barrett discovered his passion for producing.
It's like a puzzle to us, so we'll piece it together.
For more than a decade, the master of music production, aka Zay Bands, has combined his love for dynamic tempos and old school R&B to create thousands of beats.
But like when I'm in the studio with an artist, like I said, like my energy is so energetic. So I'm really hyping in the studio. Like I love to make good music.
It's a level of love and dedication that earned him an honor he never thought possible.
No, I mean I used to daydream about, you know, like just being in the studio and stuff and working with my favorite artists and stuff, but I never thought I would get a Grammy.
On Sunday, February 2nd, 2025, Zay won a Grammy for his contributions to the song Bloom on Doechie's album Alligator Bites Never Heal.
When Cardi said the name, she didn't even say the whole name, she just said Allie. And we just turned up, we was so hyped. Screaming, yelling. They felt like it was a win for them. My people calling me, everybody like, yo, like you did it, like you did it. This legendary to be able to get a win, you know what I'm saying? Like be able to have those names close to Pharrell and Timbaland, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, it was a big win for us.
A monumental moment from life's mixtape he'll forever have on replay.
I never thought, you know, coming from ground zero to getting my first plaque, to getting my first Grammy nomination, it was like, wow.
Like many victories in life, he says this win followed what felt like a period of defeat.
At the time, it was just like I was going through a lot of stuff last year. And I had to move back. I had to move back to Virginia. And ever since then, it was just like a lot of good stuff started happening.
Having been nominated for a Grammy the year before for his work on Sean Paul's album Scorcha, Zay hoped to one day be back.
From last year having a nomination and we didn't win, but it was just like, all right, cool. I'm calling it out next year.
But despite the recognition the reward has brought, Zay's true motivation to continue creating comes from his hope to help others.
The only way I'm gonna be satisfied if I'm get somebody else a win. If it ain't just about me, it's about them now. Just being able to put people in that position for them to win.
A humble mixer of melodies, making his mark in music one beat at a time.
50 times. I done had a lot of time where I felt like I wanted to quit, but like I said, I just had people around me that kept me going. I just had that fuel. Like, I always thought to myself, like I came so far. It's like, why stop now?
Zay adds that he would not be where he is without his #1 fan, his mother. He says he's super grateful for her love and support and for gifting him a piano when he was a teenager, as it helped launch his love for producing. For CBS 6, I'm Joy Fultz.
The Dump.
This is CBS 6 This Morning Weekend.
I love to do what I am doing as artist. I love it.
Coming up in about 15 minutes, I will introduce you to a man named as Bukuru, an inspiring local artist who is turning heads with his beautiful works of art. That is in my latest I Have a Story. You do not want to miss this inspiring tale. Thanks for staying with us or joining us this morning, 7:31. Mike, big difference 24 hours make.
Just want to say,
yes, sir.
Nothing to do with that inspiring story, but I love his shirt. It's an amazing story, but he's got a great sense of fashion, too.
I was going to say, he's got a great sense of fashion, and he's super and uber talented. Wait to see the story about Bukuru.
So yesterday, we made it up to 71 degrees, and this morning, we have a wind chill in the teens. Ooh. But it is going to warm up a little bit for the week ahead, just not today. That's how it looks down at Independence Golf Club. Our camera there in Midlothian. You notice the flags are moving around. It's still kind of breezy this morning, so temperatures are currently in the 20s across the region right now, but when you factor in that breeze that's blowing, the wind chill, or the feels like temp, is 13 in Richmond, 17 in West Point, 18 in Chester, and 17 in Williamsburg. The winds are going to die down a little bit the rest of this morning into the afternoon, so won't be as breezy and not nearly as windy as it was yesterday. But highs today are going to struggle to get out of the low 40s. Should make it up to about 45 officially at the airport today. And then look at this. Once the sun goes down, the temperatures start dropping into the 20s later this evening. And by tomorrow morning, we could have some spots in the teens. We're going to slowly warm up the next few days. Wednesday looks to be our warmest day of the week coming up. But with it will come a powerful storm system, which may cause some severe weather. So we'll talk more about that in our full 7-day outlook in just a little bit. Craig.
Mike, thanks so much. Some bridge work might throw a wrench into your plans. Here's Kristen with traffic.
Good Sunday morning. I hope you're having a great weekend. Just a quick reminder about our traffic alerts. The bridge maintenance still closing down the ramp downtown. The eastbound downtown expressway ramp closed to West Bird Street. Hopefully reopening the ramp by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Until then, you'll need to follow all the detours that will be in place. Just make sure you're paying attention to all the signage that's there. Now, starting tomorrow, we may pick up some delays. This starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow night, Monday night. The bridge rehabilitation work in Hanover. Interstate 95 southbound, south of the Doswell exit, a 2-mile stretch of the interstate. Mile markers 97 to 95. The left lane will be a continuous closure from Monday night until 9 a.m. Thursday morning. You may want to use Route 1, Route 301 to avoid any delays. I'm Kristen Lohr, CBS 6 Traffic.
Kristen, thanks. 7:34 right now. A historic bus station in Petersburg that was the site of a civil rights protest in the early 1960s, taking on a new life. CBS 6 senior reporter Wayne Koval takes us inside to the ribbon cutting and explains how the new owner preserved the station's history while also looking to the future.
1, 2, 3. With those cuts of the red ribbon, a new era for the old Trailways bus station in Petersburg.
It's wonderful. It's brought this back to life, and this town needs this.
The bus station opened in 1946, just after World War II ended, and was a segregated building until 1960. Parts of that era preserved in the renovation include the floor and the doors to the restrooms.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful way to preserve history while at the same time bringing in really amazing different cultural components of it, and innovating the space and bringing new life to it.
Today in 2025, people of different races and nationalities sit and work side by side.
My name is Sol and I am from Mexico.
Mohammed, where are you from?
I am from Turkey, Gaziantep.
My name is Faris Al-Sanabani and I'm from Yemen.
Al-Sanabani, the owner, bought the building in 2019.
And I saw the opportunities and I saw the potentials. And I saw this building and I fell in love with it.
It was after buying the building that Al-Sanabani learned of its unique history.
And the more I researched, the more I fell in love with the building and the more that I understood the importance of a proper restoration of this piece of history.
Let's try some strawberry.
The mayor says the repurposed building already a destination spot.
Bringing together the old and the new and to create a new energy here, a new city of Petersburg that can commemorate the past but yet move into the future.
With a fifth-generation master Turkish pastry chef, the building is now home to a unique coffee, tea, and pastry shop, and with a cigar lounge separated from the rest of the building.
Let me know if you'd like to try anything.
Just looking around, the change is evident.
I think it's great that we can all be in the same building, all together, and everybody's enjoying it. It's a mix of people, and everybody's enjoying it.
The building sat empty for more than 20 years, but during that time, it was added to the Virginia Landmark Register and to the National Register of Historic Places. Those attending the ribbon cutting say its future looks bright and tasty. Wayne Koval, CBS 6 News.
It can be difficult to find time to spend with family, but one grandfather and grandson in Minnesota are bonded on the basketball court by refereeing games together. Check this out. 18-year-old Andrew Kleinert and learning from his 77-year-old grandfather John and his referee partner Chuck Everett. John started reffing in 1976, totaling 3,400 games. Andrew says he didn't really know a lot about being a ref before being mentored by some of Minnesota's most experienced officials.
I feel like I've been getting more confident. Like, I used to maybe almost get embarrassed after a call, and now I just kind of just make the call and then move on.
Just a touch faster, yeah, right. You'll see that tonight.
It's not too bad. I mean, I don't think he really slowed down.
Wow. Andrew with graduate this spring and hopes to continue to follow in his grandpa's footsteps. Some of the favorite shows of the Great White Way are making their way to RVA. Broadway in Richmond announced the lineup for its 2025-2026 season, and it includes the return of 2 family favorites, an iconic musical, and 4 Richmond premieres. The new season kicks off in early November at the Altria Theater with the Tony Award-winning musical Kimberly Akimbo, about a 16-year-old girl who is rapidly aging due to a rare genetic condition. Other productions in the season are Back to the Future, the musical, Beauty and the Beast, The Wiz, and The Outsiders. This December also marks the return in Richmond of world's most popular musical, Les Miserables. For more information, log on to BroadwayInRichmond.com. And in case you didn't know this, our buddy Mike Stone got his start on an off-Broadway production of The Wiz, right?
Off Broadway. It was in Iowa, but still.
That's really off.
We're still waiting to hear back about our 2-man show we proposed to them, but haven't heard back. And I tried them the other day. That number's been disconnected. But still holding out.
You're staying, there's a chance.
There's still a chance. Well, Greg, yesterday we had a gorgeous day. It was nice and warm. Today, it's going to be another gorgeous looking day, but it is significantly colder. However, we are tracking a warm-up for the week ahead, but with it may come some strong storms. We'll chat about that up next.
Okay, Mike, thanks so much. That sunshine is blooming, and now we go to the Bloom Cam in Washington, D.C., the tidal basin right here. That's the Jefferson Memorial, Air Force Memorial, off in the distance, top left. That place is going to be teeming over the next few weeks as the Cherry Blossom Festival gets underway. Michael's forecast after this. Hey, 7:42 in the Weather Center with Mike Stone. And Mike, got to say, boy, it's a little chilly out there this morning.
Yeah, yesterday we hit highs in the low 70s. Right now we have a wind chill of 13. Yes, 13 degrees. So effectively feels almost 60 degrees cooler than it did around 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. It's bright and sunny outside. It's going to be a gorgeous looking day today and same deal tomorrow, but it is going to be a lot colder. In fact, right now we have temperatures in the 20s. The normal low is 33. The normal high is 55. Again, yesterday we hit 71. Today we should be about 45 degrees. Sun will set tonight at 6:04. This air is really dry. Outside now it's 24 degrees with a humidity relative to that temperature of 46%. But bring that inside, heat that temperature up to about, or that moisture up to about 70 degrees. And if you're not running an indoor humidifier, the indoor relative humidity is less than 10%. Kind of want that to be about at least 30% for the heat to feel better and get rid of like static electricity and all that kind of stuff. These were the highs yesterday, 60s and 70s away from the mountains. And right now, these are the current feels like temps. 13 in Richmond, 18 in Petersburg, West Point and Chester, 17 up in Louisa. High temperatures for today, we're going to start off in the next couple of hours here in the 20s, but then after that, we'll make it up into the low and mid 40s for this afternoon. The winds will decrease as the day progresses, so not too much of a wind chill this afternoon. For tonight, it gets cold down to the low and mid 20s with a few teens possible in our coldest outlying areas. And tomorrow we'll have high temperatures away from the coast, a little bit closer to 50 degrees, even some low 50s to the south and west. And tomorrow night going into Tuesday morning, not quite as cold. We'll have some upper 20s and low 30s. Tuesday afternoon, away from the coast, we get into the low and mid 60s. And on Wednesday, highs between about 65 and 70, but with that is going to come some shower and thunderstorm activity. So high pressure gives us nice weather for today and tomorrow, lots of sunshine. On Tuesday, we start getting a southwesterly wind flow that warms things up a little bit and brings in some clouds. And then on Wednesday, a good chance for showers and thunderstorms. I think we'll have some rain in the morning, maybe a little bit of a lull, and then the cold front comes through later in the day, and that's when we could have some strong to severe thunderstorms, possibly with some really high wind gusts. This storm in and of itself will produce some gusts over 40 miles an hour, but if the storms tap into some of those higher winds just off the surface, we may get some wind gusts over 60 miles an hour, so we'll keep an eye on that. A little cooler at the end of this week, but then next week, the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, so this takes place after our 7-day forecast, a good chance of above normal temperatures. I think we might have a few days next week in the 70s, but for this week, 40s for today, near 50 tomorrow, around 60 on Tuesday, closer to 70 Wednesday with that severe weather threat. Then after that, some 50s Thursday and Friday, and maybe a shower or two next weekend. Greg.
All right, Mike, thanks so much. 7:44. He is proof that art knows no limits.
And they just come up. I said, wow, how can I do this? Sometimes I surprise myself. Yeah.
Meet Richmonder Bukuru Nyandwi, a native of Tanzania, born without arms or legs. He is now creating unbelievable artwork that is selling out across Richmond. Next in my I Have a Story, I will introduce you to the artist whose creativity and inspiration can be found in every sketch and stroke. His colorful canvases are turning heads and hanging on walls and homes across Richmond. In my latest I Have a Story, photographer Enzi Marcy and I want you to meet the artist who is not letting physical limitations prevent him from creating art and spreading lots of joy.
Nobody draws and paints like Bukuru.
Whichever medium he chooses.
You're going to see drawings you've never really seen before.
His canvases are causing a buzz across Richmond's art scene.
Wow.
From whimsical watercolors,
wow,
to dynamic drawings. It's not just what Bukuru Nyandwi creates that's turning heads.
Okay.
It's how he creates.
Come is for me.
Pinching a pen between shoulder and cheek. Bukuru is defying the odds.
I like this.
The 33-year-old was born without arms or legs. But you would never know it admiring the self-taught artist's body of work.
I just try to draw someone, people, and they just come up. I said, wow, how can I do this? Sometimes I surprise myself. Yeah.
A native of Tanzania, Bukuru's family and friends recognize his abilities at an early age.
Just draw.
His subjects doodling animals in the dirt with a stick.
Sometimes my brother, my sister, they come see how I'm doing. They ask, how you do this? How do you draw this? I say, I don't know. For this, it just come up. It just come up on my head.
After immigrating to the United States in 2008, Bukuru enters his first art class at Henrico High School.
Someone asked me over teacher, how did you learn how to draw? I said, it's my gift God gave me.
Bukuru's gift is leading to opportunities well beyond the classroom.
He just brings this studio so much joy.
Sally Kemp is the founder and executive director of Milk River Arts.
Everything that he says comes from this true place of the joy he has in his life. Bukuru blows my mind every day.
The 10-year-old nonprofit on West Broad Street.
3/4 views.
Mentors and supports Bukuru and 7 other studio artists living with disabilities.
And one of the things that you hear Bukuru say all the time when you say, wow, that was amazing, great work, and he says, I try.
Bukuru's career is soaring to another scale.
People gonna say, oh my goodness, this is awesome.
At his first ever solo art show at Quirk Gallery, each one of the painter's pieces sold.
The thing that's really amazing is you see these paintings and there's no way to know how they were made. What's going on there?
Oh, this one is
Michael Leese, a director at the Institute for Contemporary Art.
All those lines making up that. I love that. That's amazing.
Marvels at Bukuru's ability to thrive and achieve.
Oh yeah, that's you. Yeah, that's you. Most people don't paint that way, right? Bukuru is, I don't think, as consumed with the things that we are struck by. I just don't think he thinks about it.
Milk River is introducing Bukuru's work to a wider audience.
There have been times over the last 10 years that Milk River Arts has like many small nonprofits, looked at the budget sheet and wondered, how are we going to keep going? And I can say that Bukuru has been a big part of my why. Why do I want to keep going? How do I keep going?
Every time I just say, I try. I say, you're good, you draw good. I'd say, I try, yes.
Clients are commissioning pieces from the artist who takes his gift seriously, but in stride.
If you give me, can you draw this for me? I say, yes.
He is painting right over enormous challenges.
Bukuru can do anything.
There is nothing abstract about Bukuru Nyandwi.
I never give up, I'm trying. Yeah, I never gave up.
He is an artist illustrating his talents and triumphs in every stroke.
Yeah, I'm going to see my face on the TV. Oh my goodness.
I dream big dreams for Bukuru, and he will make them come true.
For I Have a Story.
I love it. I love so much.
I'm Greg McQuaid. CBS 6 News.
What an artist, Bukuru Nyandwi. If you'd like to learn more about his artwork or donate supplies to the nonprofit, you can log on to milkriverarts.org. We'll be back. Welcome back. You see the signs making claims all over, but it is official. The crowning of the world's best coffee shop.
Well, the best is served up at Toby's Estate Coffee Roasters in Sydney, Australia. That's according to a new list of the world's 100 best coffee shops. Onyx Coffee Lab in Arkansas is second best, while Gouda Coffee in Vienna, Austria is listed third. Proud Mary Coffee of Melbourne, Australia, and Tim Wendelboe of Oslo, Norway round out the top 5, with both public opinion and expert evaluations taken into consideration. Factors in choosing the best included coffee and food quality, customer service, and sustainability practices. The top 10 coffee shops included locations in Singapore, France, Malaysia, and Colombia. However, no Virginia coffee shops made the list, at least this year.
Boo. My mouth is watering watching that right now. Oh my goodness.
Easy. Down, boy.
I know.
Down, boy.
Wow. How's our weather, man?
Well, a lot colder today. Right now we have some wind chills in the teens. Today a high of 45. It's going to be cold again tonight, near 50 tomorrow, around 60 on Tuesday. Wednesday will be our warmest day, but we may have some strong to severe thunderstorms. And even if we don't have severe thunderstorms, we're still going to have some wind gusts, potentially over 40 miles an hour that day. A little bit cooler second part of the week, but I think like next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we may have a string of 70s.
Oh, we'll take it.
There you go.
Thanks so much for tolerating us again.
I know sometimes it's a big feat and it's a long path to hoe, but we appreciate your perseverance and we'll see you next weekend. Bye.